Or let's jump to Omoye in the house. Go ahead, sis.
I'm presenting for Group 3, and the summary of our CIS Control Assessment Report. We have a CMM maturity score of 1.3 on an average over 5, which makes us to know that straight that is either there's a first time that the organization is having such, or there's an AVOC level of there's an AVOC level security posture.
Okay.
CIS assessment revealed a very significant gap across all the domains that we evaluated. And like I said earlier, we had a maturity score of 1.3 out of 5. And it also indicated, like I also said earlier, that there's either an AVOC level or an initial level. We had 7 critical areas and 2 high-risk areas, and we had no medium or low scale. In all the domains, we can see that apart from the access security and communication management, that every other domain gave us a score of MMM of 1.0, given an average of 1.3. There were a lot of critical security gaps that we identified in vulnerability management 1.0, data protection, security awareness, application security, logging and monitoring, identity and access management, and network security. And looking at the posture, we would want to take anyone that we can fix within, have a strategic action plan where we can fix anyone that will be done in short term of 1 to 3 months. And that means we have to look at those that have a priority more of a short term. And just like you said earlier, based on our results, one of the 3 of the major things we're going to concentrate on are going to be
Let me challenge you,
asset
Omoye.
management.
Let me challenge you a little bit. So let's
Okay.
go down. Okay, pause there. So if I ask you now, which will be your top 3 for you to resolve if you were to make a decision? Which will be your top 3?
Identity access management,
Okay.
um,
Scroll down.
vulnerability management, and
Okay.
data protection. Those will be the
Okay.
basic 3 that we'll have
Okay.
to look into critically.
Okay. But you know, I will still challenge you and tell you that, okay, can you scroll down? Scroll down a little bit. No, no, scroll up rather. Scroll up. Go back up to that table. Stop. Stop here. I'll challenge you and say, in your scenario, remember again, we have to start with the critical, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I get that sentiment, right? Because your leadership would believe there's a reason you made it critical. So yes, even though I agree in principle, I am data security, but in this scenario, you have it
And
as
it's not there.
critical, right? So that means there is a reason you made it critical. So it has opened you to fear questioning because I'm going to ask you and say, okay, yes, you said critical. What's the rationale for it being critical? You know, I would definitely ask that question, right? So just give me a heads up that, okay, this is going to be something to, yeah, prepare your mind for. You might have it as critical. Be ready for someone asking us, why did we consider this critical? So in your case,
For
oh,
instance, if
sorry.
we take identity access management,
Yeah,
and we'll find out that, no, sorry.
you're right. You know, you're right. Sorry,
Yeah.
ignore me.
Okay.
You're right. You're right. Because protect access control is critical there. Then
Yes.
data security is critical. So you're right. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. Okay, my bad. You're right. Okay. Let's see. So I think, yeah, I think those are the key things. Any other comment around it?
And. we also want to let them know the implementation roadmap that we'll be following,
Okay. Yep.
and building up of security enhancements, foundation building and advanced capability involving the security measures that are in the OS system.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
some of the mitigations, for instance, for the identity access management would be that they will deploy automated access discovery tools, which could establish access registry and implement access targeting the system. And for vulnerability management, we could also deploy small vulnerability scanners, and also patches that we can establish a better scanning schedules, because if we look at most of what the results gave, some of them you don't have good scanning schedules, and also implement a better vulnerability management process or procedure, so that we'll be
Okay.
to take care of the patch management involved in the vulnerability
Got
management
it.
security.
Okay. Fair point. All right. Thank you so much, sis. All right. Awesome. Okay, let's go to Duchess. Go ahead, Duchess. Then we'll take Olatunbosun and we'll wrap it up on this segment. Go ahead, Duchess.
Thank you. Can you guys hear? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll have my team member share her screen.
Door open.
Yinka, can you share your screen?
Go ahead, team member.
Sorry, who is sharing? Is this my team member?
Yes, that was Inka's screen.
No, depends. This is group 7. That's not what our screen look. Okay, let me just see. Okay, that's the report. Yeah. So you want to scroll down, please? So pretty much when we perform the exercise, we put into context the fact that certain things are in place based off of understanding of their responses back to us. For example, if there's a process in place for access control, saying that they are performing access controls, but they are not performing it continuously, we're also considering the fact that depending on the criticality of the environment or the criticality of the application or processes that they manage, access control might require continuous or constant review, even though they perform it on an annual basis. So most of our rationale came from understanding the fact that their responses pointed to a process in place but not organized. So if we scroll down to our results from our Excel was 1.56 based off of the analysis that we did. Yinka, if you can scroll down to, we had 1.56 overall. I'm not sure if it's Yinka that is sharing.
Inka's, if you don't mind, Inka, can you scroll down a little bit so that we can see the full details? Yeah, you can scroll down your report so we can see it. Somebody said process in place was in chaos.
Yeah, that's why setting up our responses were one, because we acknowledge the fact that,
Just scroll down.
yeah, I'm not sure. Do you have the
Uh,
Word document? If you have the Word document, can you share the Word document easily?
well, it's okay. You can talk to it. Just okay. Let me ask you. Which domain area would you say was your biggest? And I think we can tell from looking at the screen. Which one would you say we should focus immediately on? Your top two.
Our first one was vulnerability management,
Okay.
and then our second is multiple option application security or logging and monitoring was what, because those were our high and critical
Okay.
environments.
Okay. So
And
because
even
application
security
security
awareness.
and security awareness. Okay. So let me ask, because okay, that's another big point. You would have your reason for choosing security awareness, you might have realized that maybe the last time awareness was done was 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Yeah.
you would have your justification. So it doesn't mean that sometimes you have a compelling justification that, hey, this must be done now because we have zero. Then you know that, okay, this is trouble, right? Especially if we are thinking of privacy information. You are dealing with GDPR, PIPEDA, all those external regulators of CCPA. Then you know that, man, we are in trouble if this is not done because we are subjected to all this regulation and we hold customers' data and financial record, health record. So because of that, it's critical for you that, man, we just found out nobody's doing training for the last 2 years. And all of this, we are now required to be in compliance with all of this regulation. Then it becomes critical to you because of that reason. So you could have a point. So, all right. Thank you so much, Duchess.